In that listening, if I don't understand what's being said, I observe the fact that I don't understand, and so responding to that fact, investigate the question further, ask a question, clarify the matter, investigate the question until I understand.
I pay further attention.
Mm-hmm. So in that, there's a relationship.
So in connection to education and learning, you said that communication might be a cornerstone of education. And living our lives in relationship, we need to learn how to communicate. And we said it might be prudent to go over what communication is. How are we to communicate? How are we to learn how to communicate?
Mm-hmm.
What is communication?
Mm-hmm. What does it mean to listen? And what does it mean to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Communication generally is based in knowledge, either verbally or subverbally. One puts together certain words, certain phrases, sentences, ideas, thoughts.
Why do you say subverbally instead of non-verbally? Like
Mm-hmm.
like undertone?
Mm-hmm.
I see, like the subtleties.
The facial expression.
But typically people call this non-verbal communication. Sub has a, is it in the service? Are these things in the service of verbal communication?
They go together.
Uh-huh.
Like if one was silent, one would simply be silent.
I see. By verbal, do we mean like vocalizing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, something maybe like putting words to something?
Mm-hmm.
So that perhaps even sign language could be a verbal,
Mm-hmm.
not vocalized?
Yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah, in that way it would be, rather than the quality of the vocal tone, the quality of the gesture, the quality of the movement, something is expressed there.
Yes. Associated with words was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I see, subverbal.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The way that one carries their body, the hesitation or lack thereof in their speech.
Eye contact to make emphasis. Lowering of the eyes.
All right, so certain communication is put together by thought, expressed in a certain way in terms of knowledge, which is then interpreted by the other in terms of their capacity for recognition and interpretation.
I see. Like based on a shared knowledge structure, presumably. Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be meaningless interpretation. At least insofar as communication is concerned.
Common language.
Common subverbal language.
Common interests.
Common biology.
Shared culture.
Shared evolutionary history.
Understanding of norms. So communication exists in terms of knowledge.
Typically.
Based on what I know, I talk. Based on what you recognize, you hear. and respond accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So our communication is always a product of the past.
Mm-hmm.
That past can be modified either through a felt sensitivity, empathic connection,
Empathic. Empathic connection.
to the other, or through rational engagement
Mm-hmm.
with the structure of what's being said,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? There's a capacity for that past movement to be modified.
Like would the structure be like the rational engagement with the structure? It's like I don't really understand what's being said, but at least I can see the flow of it, the structure of it, and I can engage with the structure. I see.
I see
really know the content specifically of what you're talking about.
I see the logic
The
of what's
flow.
being said. Following the logic of what's being said, I get a sense of certain internal consistency. And then from appreciating the internal consistency,
I might have an empathic connection to the internal consistency.
oh, interesting. I don't know if it would necessarily have to be empathic. The empathy feels most relevant where there is not an internal consistency.
What do you mean?
In that you're acting in a way which is inconsistent in ways that you've acted in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to get a sense of how you're feeling presently.
Oh, I see. I see. I was mistaking. I see. Perhaps I was characterizing empathic connection merely as like recognizing a familiar feeling.
I see.
Yeah, which would be with the internal consistency. Yeah.
I think empathy has like a certain like real-time quality to it.
Yes.
Well,
Well, the example that you presented definitely gives me a different sense. There's much more full.
But whether the past produces the present in a way which is consistent or inconsistent, it's still a movement of the past.
Mm-hmm. But that's how I recognize it. As consistent or inconsistent, I mean.
So this movement of the past can be fairly flexible, moderately receptive to ways of thinking it hasn't encountered before. It has a certain capacity for tolerance,
So you're describing
open-mindedness,
I see.
waiting to see where things go.
I see. Can it bend?
But still a product of the past.
Waiting to see where things go.
One movement of the past, finding a way of meeting partially another movement of the past. And therefore some sort of engagement, some sort of back and forth.
Still limited to the past.
If the necessary logic is present, if the necessary emotional resonance is present.
Is there more to communicate?
So the
It's
superficiality.
so weird.
Uh-huh.
It feels. Well, I don't mean weird, like that it's unfamiliar. It's actually quite familiar, but maybe it's alarming or something. That is this all there is to communicating? The structure seems quite clear, at least. What's going on? What are you doing?
So our communication based on the past has like varying depths of superficiality. Right? Communication can be very, very superficial.
Well, it's deep in the sense that like it's the whole past. It's quite deep.
Yes.
I mean, you could talk about the past forever potentially, but
or yes,
the varying depths. But what is going on? What is this?
Yes. But as a product of the past, still superficial.
Almost ugly. Not quite. But yeah, like it's off-putting.
Distasteful. Although it may have its own taste.
Yeah, like it has sentimentality to it.
But we've said we don't want to live our lives based on the past. Living our lives based on the past, there's no freedom. There's no peace. There's no operation of intelligence.
I see. Is there an intelligent way of communicating? Okay.
What does it mean to communicate as we are now?
Yes. Perhaps the only inroad is like what is being communicated.
If I'm listening to you, I don't want to interpret what you're saying based on what I've already known, what I've already learned. Learned either about myself or about you.
Because then I'm just listening to me.
Everything is being translated in terms of the existing knowledge structure. And so I'm actually not listening to what you're saying. Because what you're saying can never be fully captured by the knowledge structure. Because it's limited. Can never have complete knowledge of anything. In fact, the knowledge structure is unable to even capture the full meaning of what one is saying themselves. The whole implications of it, the whole influence acting there.
Like, is the knowledge structure incapable of communicating with itself? Or am I incapable of communicating through the knowledge structure with me?
Fully.
Yeah. That's it.
So is there a way of listening to oneself, to another, to the wind, to the mountains? Of listening.
Very
Just
poetic.
a way of listening.
To music,
That is not based on the past.
to your child's crying,
Yes.
the brain rot memes,
Somebody yelling at you.
to the bear in the forest.
Is there a way of listening not based on knowledge?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's to somebody yelling at you. Somebody who seemingly hates you.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who's pulling a knife on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intent on murder.
Who knows?
Listening means, doesn't it, attention. Listening not only to the words of what's being said, the sound of the words, but also the deep meaning behind the words. Listening not only to what's being said, but what's being expressed.
I see. Even the subverbal ones. The depth of the subverbal communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Almost like asking a question which has yet to be vocalized.
The subverbal expression?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, the attention.
Mm.
Attention to, well, if I'm listening, if there's attention, the subverbal expressions can be questions which haven't been vocalized.
Mm-hmm. Which may be met
Yes.
in that listening.
Yeah. Listening to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Questions yet vocalized.
Mm. So dealt with the moment they arise.
Yes. Because there's listening
Mm-hmm.
with attention.
Mm-hmm. Attention,
Mm-hmm.
which implies there's no center
Yes, yes. So the question
from which
doesn't
I'm
arise from
attending.
them or me. Yes. And so it's addressed the moment it arises
Mm-hmm.
rather than when it's vocalized.
Mm-hmm. There's just the question and the action which responds to that question.
Fascinating. Fascinating. Yes.
The center is the me.
Mm-hmm.
The center is the observer. The center is the interpreter.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to listen from the background of the me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear only what I'm capable of interpreting. But I want to listen to the full depth of what's being said.
Yes.
I want to understand the whole meaning and significance of what's being expressed.
As deep as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Not as deep as I think it goes.
Mm-hmm. In that listening, if I don't understand what's being said, I observe the fact that I don't understand, and so responding to that fact, investigate the question further, ask a question, clarify the matter,
Mm-hmm.
investigate the question until I understand.
I pay further attention.
Mm-hmm. So in that, there's a relationship. In that, there's a back and forth. In that, there's communication. And in that process of communication, understanding. Understanding, which is not merely your understanding
Together.
or my understanding, but understanding.
Yes.
So we're going into the question together. It's quite beautiful.
What if the impulse to seek affirmation that they have understood, that I have been understood, that I understand? Is this a desire? Immediately, I sense some danger to it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just cast them aside.
If there's understanding, the understanding acts. In that, there's no demand for validation. Validation means insecurity, acting based on that insecurity in order to seek security.
So though it may be vocalized this way, the meaning might be entirely different. I see that someone is not listening. In fact, there's no communication.
Mm-hmm.
I might say, do you understand what I'm saying? And either this could be meaning, I seek validation of your understanding, or it could be, please listen to what I'm saying.
Not the listener asking about the state of understanding, but the speaker.
Yes.
Huh.
Well, I guess it could go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
The listener could seek validation from the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
I understood what you said.
Well, that's what I thought.
I see. Well, maybe I was trying to get both ways simultaneously, but it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Or if the listener says, I don't understand what you said. This could be, please help me understand what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be, you're not really speaking.
Mm-hmm. Well, either way. If there's understanding
It
that
acts,
the other
yes.
has understood,
Yes.
it acts.
Yes.
It doesn't demand confirmation.
Right.
If there's an understanding of what has been said, it acts. Doesn't seek validation.
Mm-hmm.
Seeking validation only takes place when one is seeking security.
Yes, insecurity.
Seeking security from insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
And from that position of insecurity, which is limited, seeking security in something else, which is also limited.
Mm-hmm. And then when that security reaches its limits, you become insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Actually, security in limitation is insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Acting from that limitation, there's conflict. One country opposing another country. One group opposing another group. One idea opposing another idea.
Forming a treaty, breaking the treaty,
Mm-hmm.
or the treaty ends on a certain date.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You re-sign the treaty.
Mm-hmm. One marriage opposing another marriage.
I don't know, I'm laughing. Quite serious. Is it? So that act of attention, that act of listening, understanding, well, I shouldn't have began with act, like, is action.
Mm-hmm.
Or there is action.
Mm-hmm. In attention, there's action.
Yes.
Immediately.
So, and so it responds dynamically to the current present situation at hand.
Mm-hmm. Not based on the past.
It's quite beautiful, so what you said.
There is beauty in that communication. Perhaps we all might also go into this question of why we listen.
Like, why communicate?
Why listen to another at all?
Why have relationships?
Well, there may be the fact of relationship, but why attend to that fact of relationship?
Like, why care? I see.
You tell me
There might be
something.
the fact of care. I do care about my relationships, but I see why care.
Why listen?
Uh-huh.
Why pay attention?
Mhm.
Someone comes to me and says, I want to tell you something.
Oh, I see. I might just ignore them.
Why listen?
Right. Okay. Do I have a motive to listen? Top 5 reasons why I'm listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I can construct reasons in thought. You mean like what's the point?
Do I have a reason to listen? Is my listening driven?
Motivated.
I don't know if I'd quite want to say motivated.
Okay. Like it's energized. I need energy to listen.
Energized is okay.
Yeah. I might mean something else by motivated. Yeah, we might want to use that word more carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me, motivation implies a certain concrete goal state
Mm.
and movement towards that goal.
I see.
I find myself in a present situation. I want to be in a certain future situation. I work from the present to the future.
It's funny he said prison.
Is that right?
He said, no, just.
I move from the present situation to the future situation through a process in time. To me, this is what motivation implies.
Yeah. But we just mean reason.
Mm-hmm. Some reason, some drive, some factor, which is making me listen.
Why pay attention?
I want to listen to others, don't I?
I thought the question was why.
What do I want? Not why pay attention, as in why shouldn't I pay attention? Why should I not listen? But actually, the fact is, I do listen.
Oh,
Why?
I see. A terrible burden. Just considering why. Well, I want excellence. I want love.
Happiness, peace.
I want peace. So badly. Almost desperate for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm too desperate, maybe I won't be able to listen.
Mm-hmm.
gotta be careful with that one. But yes, I want it so badly.
Mhm.
For me, for you, for us, for them.
Mhm. So we listen based on reasons. We listen based on what we want. And these reasons, this wanting,
Yeah, whether it's recognized or not,
mhm,
might be what's happening. I'm not sure if it's necessary to recognize them in this way, but I think I understand.
the energy is there.
Mm-hmm.
The energy of that wanting is there.
Yes, yes. Like the movement is present.
Mhm. And when we listen based on reasons, based on wanting, our listening is limited to these reasons, to this wanting.
I see. Like the wanting forms like an internal structure. I see. And as a structure, it has a form.
Mhm.
I see. I see. And so I might, and that might turn into a motive. Right?
If it turns into a motive, I'm no longer listening.
Well,
So-
I'm considering like the daily life instance of
Yes.
go to a grocery store
Yes.
and I pay a certain bill because they say this is how much it is.
Mhm.
They say debit or credit. I listen to this information, but I have I want to be able to efficiently get out of the grocery store with my items.
Mhm.
In that instance, anyway.
Yes, yes.
But it's limited.
Yes,
The
yes.
listening, I'm listening to this person as a grocery store employee, right? And they're listening to me as a grocery store customer.
Mhm.
And so I don't know them and they don't know me.
Mhm.
Or maybe I only know them in this way and they only know me in this way.
No, that purpose, that drive may turn into a motive.
Mhm.
It has that tendency.
Mhm.
But also I see the fact that when I have a motive, I can't listen. So there's this battle. The motive asserting itself and putting aside the motive.
I see.
The motive reasserting itself and putting aside the
I see.
motive.
Listening to understand.
Uh-huh.
I see. I see.
And then listening a little bit more, a little bit
Uh-huh.
more, a little bit more. But always only listening up to a certain point. Only listening so far.
I see. What is that space? Is it inattention?
A limitation of the scope within which I pay attention. I pay attention only to something which serves me. I pay attention only to something which gives me or mirrors or reflects, communicates something I want.
Listening to that which will further my wants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or further the movement of my wants.
Mm-hmm. I can only want something which I've known. I know what it's like to be peaceful. I know what it's like to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I want it again. I want it stably.
I want to learn.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I want a peace which is non-fleeting. Not shakeable. But this one thing is always based on what I've already known.
I see. Not that I've known what is unshakable,
Mm-mm.
but that I've had a relationship established to what is shakable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want not that.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I've known a peace which can be revoked, so I want a peace which is irrevocable.
I see.
And so, if I think someone can tell me about such a thing, or I think listening to someone who can't tell me about such a thing is important in establishing such a thing, I listen. But the listening is always limited to my wanting. So I have no way of listening in this manner to something which I don't want, to something which I have no way of wanting.
Unwantable.
Which may be the most important thing to listen to.
I see. Because it's completely outside of your scope. Yes.
So is there a way of listening without motive, without reason, without want? Without listen. Just to listen. With no purpose whatsoever. No drive. No movement. No wanting.
And in that communication system, thank you. And now I want to communicate. I can't want it.
There may be nothing to communicate.
Yes.
Or there may be something to communicate. I think we should go into this question very deeply sometime. Perhaps at a future point, we may dedicate an episode to friendship. But for now, I think, having gone fairly deeply into the question of listening, we should also take up the question of speaking. What does it mean to speak? Is it possible to speak in a way which is not based on knowledge? Speaking means language. Language means knowledge. Knowledge means time.
Not vocalizing, not verbalizing. Well, not necessarily, anyway.
But also to vocalize, also to verbalize.
Right. I'm saying these things wouldn't be their essential qualifications. Yes.
Not the essence of that.
The quality of speaking. Yes. I see. Just like the attention and listening that we were speaking of, isn't necessarily to do with sound coming through your ears. It's not precisely what's going on. The action.
Is there listening without sound?
Oh dear, I see. I kind of jumped the gun. No, you need sound.
Is sound the necessary object of listening?
No. I see. Is that what you're asking? I see. I'll consider you need sound.
But I may not recognize it as sound.
Yes. Yeah. Like actually unimaginable. At least in my mind. No sound.
Not absolute quiet, but silence.
Yes.
So although knowledge is necessary in speaking, can one speak in a way which is not based on knowledge? Can the quality and content of one's speech not be determined by knowledge? Can it not be produced by knowledge, not an outcome of knowledge?
Is the listening that's taking place in fact different from speaking? Or is the speaking that's taking place in fact different from listening?
Mm-hmm. Is there listening in speaking?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And can I only speak if I'm listening?
Otherwise, my speech is a product of the past.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
There's no attention.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to say there's no attention.
Mm-hmm. But in listening, with speaking,
Yes. Which is that action.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Which means freedom.
With good communication.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I see. Which is freedom. I see. Although worded in that way, freedom to communicate. The freedom isn't freedom to do this or that. I think it's a poor way of communicating about freedom.
Not that freedom is speaking,
Mm-hmm.
but in speaking, freedom is there.
Yes, yes. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to speak freely.
With that attention is this quality of communion. Communion is a form of communication
I see.
without
I
words,
see.
without gesture, without exchange.
Though the reality of words, gestures, and exchange make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The very fact of that relationship communicates.
Yes, yes. Might it be cryptic to suggest that though the reality of words, gestures, and exchange is present? Or
I feel that you've expressed half a thought.
No, I'm okay with what's been said. Okay.
I see. Are you asking if verbal communication can take place alongside communion?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes.
In fact, if that quality of communion is there, communication becomes rather simple.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, without that quality of communion, no matter the quality of the expression, the energy that is applied in the effort to communicate,
I see.
in the effort to understand the other,
No matter how grand the gesture.
no matter how grand the gesture,
Right, right. No
with,
matter how economical the exchange. No communication.
very, very limited,
I
very,
see.
very superficial.
I see.
Uh-huh.
I see. Very limited. Not that there's no communication.
But if that quality of communion is there, we find a way to go into any question together.
Mm-hmm.
Or if there's a question that we can't go into together because of the nature of the question, may or may not be such a question, we find out why we can't go into such a question together.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely.
To be educated means to learn. In education, with learning, there's listening. In that listening, there's no image. no image of oneself as the listener, no image of the other as speaker, and no image of what's being said. So in that listening, there's also seeing. Seeing not based on words, not based on images, not based in the past.
Shall we introduce the other senses as well? In that seeing is there tasting?
Mm-hmm.
Good taste.
Mm.
Poor taste. I don't know if I can say the same for smell. I'm not sure. Smell seems to be
Quite subtle.
yeah. Yeah, quite subtle. Very well put. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not many distinctive categories in my mind about smell.
Mm-hmm.
Like detached from specific instances, certain foods, places.
So to be educated means to listen, to learn, to see, which is to sense.
To sense, yes. Not based on thought,
Mm-hmm.
because thought has a certain sensibility to it.
So if education implies all of that, is there any role for the educator? Is there any qualification there?
I see. Like the relationship between the educator and those who are being educated.
Uh-huh.
I see. Are they different? Is it a role that the educator occupies that the one being educated does not occupy? No, I don't think so.
So there's no distinction between the educator and the educated. I'm
Well,
not quite...
There's like a show into more quickly. The distinction seems so subtle.
Mhm.
Yeah, like what is it that the educator is doing there that the one being educated isn't?
Mhm. To be an educator means, to be a truly excellent educator means to have the necessary understanding or capacity to inquire into any given question in a way which is not dependent on knowledge and experience.
Ah, I see. I see. I see. Perhaps all educators are being educated,
Mhm.
but not all those who are being educated are educators.
Mhm.
I see.
Mhm.
I see.
In that there's no division between the educator and the educated.
Yes. 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 perhaps a small child, or I shouldn't say small child, perhaps a big adult, even. But, well, in saying that, it's pointing out like this distinction doesn't quite matter in regards to education, or being an educator, or being the one receiving education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In that, the educator is also learning.
Mm-hmm. Being educated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In that learning, the educated is also being educated.
In that learning, the educated is being educated.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay. In that learning, the educated is understanding the inquiry.
They're being educated.
Uh-huh.
The learning is not it's not a solitudinal learning.
Mm.
The educator is not merely learning for themselves. They're learning.
I thought you had said in that learning, the educated is being educated.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
To learn things for myself, I may use my own language, my own technical expression, finely developed, minute distinctions.
Mm.
But in truly excellent education,
Uh-huh.
there's no division between the educator and the educated.
Mm-hmm. We've got a less than excellent education
Uh-huh.
in which there's not all educated being educators, and all educators being educated.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you may have actually excellent education in which the educated is not being educated.
I see. Is that because there's the lack of the distinction as such, or
Because they're not listening.
I see. Because they're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
What is excellent education?
Mm-hmm.
I see. I see.
The educator is applying themselves totally,
Yes.
but the educated is not applying themselves.
Yes. And so the educator is becoming educated. Or being educated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
But the educated is not being educated.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I see. I see. I see.
Uh-huh. So that education is not truly excellent.
Truly excellent. Not merely excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Truly excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true excellent?
If the educator is applying themselves totally, that's actually excellent education. But truly excellent education demands this participation, in which there's no division between educator and educated.
Let's see.
It's very interesting if one goes into this qualification.
Fascinating.
Uh-huh.
The qualification of truth.
Of truly.
Truly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because truly, that division as such isn't there.
I wouldn't quite put it that way.
Okay.
Like, actually, that division is not there.
Yes.
But for that division to not truly be there demands something more. Truly is a fascinating qualification because...
I see. Yes. I see the direction.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That qualification...
It's not enough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the actuality of it isn't enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although what is being qualified
You sly dog. Yes.
by that word truly, thought cannot think about.
No, it's not a matter of knowledge.
That attribution of truly is attributed by thought.
Yes. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. So it has a relationship to the reality.
Yes. It unifies the seeing of that actuality as a reality.
Mm-hmm.
But in seeing that actuality as a reality, it no longer divides the actuality from its reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So it says truly. Oh.
Yes.
Oh dear Lord.
Yes. Fascinating.
So much energy. Just like explosive. Yes.
Fascinating capacity for thought implied in that, if one goes into it.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Similar thing takes place when one considers perfection.
I see.
Perfection not merely in a particular direction, but in a comprehensive sense.
Like, I don't even want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to muddy up the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although that qualification is attributed by thought, perfection exists in relationship to that field of knowledge, and so with it, the brutality and ugliness of that field. Thought cannot think about that perfection, because if thought could think about that perfection would be limited to knowledge.
Yes.
But if that perfection was limited to knowledge, it could not be comprehensive.
Yes.
It would always be limited in its situational applicability.
Mm-hmm.
So comprehensive perfection, although it is an attribute given by thought, is an attribute which can't be thought about.
Yeah. If thought sees that something is actually perfect, it understands it's only really perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And says not perfect, because I say so.
Mm-hmm.
How greedy. How ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And because that attribution is given by thought, actually, if one goes very deeply into the question of perfection, one encounters the fascinating fact that actually perfection is not good enough.
Could one have complete perfection?
Invariably,
Yes, variably. I see. Like perfection as it stands in its relationship to thought is always incomplete, and so not good enough. Perhaps thought introduced the variability. Like as soon as you ask me the question, invariably,
even if that comprehensive perfection was actualized in a person fully, it's still something less than goodness.
I see.
Still something less than goodness
That's
itself.
What you mean by not good enough.
It's not good enough.
I see. Well, no, it's not good.
Actually, our deep interest is not perfection. Perfection exists in relationship to the field of knowledge.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Perfection has a relationship to brutality, to ugliness.
Yes.
It's not good enough.
Well, it must be perfected. You say, oh, no, good. So much work.
Yes.
Yes.
Which takes time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that recognizes it as a.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take time.
How greedy. How ambitious.
No.
Good.
Great ambition implies time.
Yeah.
So to be educated implies to listen, to learn, to sense. To be an excellent educator implies to have the capacity to educate, to understand, to inquire without dependence on knowledge, experience, time. Truly excellent education can never take place with even the slightest shadow of authority. Which is not my responsibility or your responsibility, it's our responsibility.
Shall we go into the question of responsibility?